Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sekuma Podcast with Talk is Nico here, and I'm so excited to be here all the time. We are on Siakulma with Talk podcast. Yes. So I'm going to show around. I'm here in the studio doing a solo. I know the world has so much to offer these days, man. There's so much to talk about. There's too much to talk about. Honestly, there's a lot. Anyway, today I was thinking that I think that the best thing to do in this world nowadays is stay away from politics because politics will become like a really a bad thing. They've been bad for since day one. I think I can imagine that. But please, if you are turning 60-year-old, 65, 70, 80, stay away from the politics. Don't be a president. Don't be a prime minister. Don't be anything. God has given you 60 years to retire, to enjoy yourself. Especially if you're a billionaire. What are you doing? You know what I mean? This is what I was thinking. Like, what someone is doing if it's a billionaire and they still want to control the whole world. You know what I'm talking about. You know, I always tell my friends like me, I love stupid people like Donald Trump. I love him because not political, not I don't like whatever he says. I don't like what he do. I just like his stupidity because it does. If you use those kind of people, stupid people like him, to actually make the world learn that this is the biggest mistake that should never ever repeated again. Nobody should be in charge of the country in the age of 60 to 80 to 90. No matter what, how much money you have, we don't care. You should not be allowed to control the country or to own the country in that age. The man is not a human. Look how he speaks. He forget things. No, it doesn't matter how it does, man. It's just now you can see my anger is coming back. So I didn't say I like him. I like his stupidity. I can prove it to you now. I'm getting angry now because I'm going deep to his evil now. You know, I can feel it. And that's not the world want. They don't want that. So please, guys, don't stop voting old people. No offense when I say old people. I mean like someone who has so much money that he doesn't need it. So he doesn't need you. He won't help you because he's already got everything you need. I'm not saying we should vote people who are in hunger or something like that, but can we give young people a chance to actually, these are people who live longer, to actually see the world end. But if you like in that age of this man, it's not himself, no. If you look at African leaders, most of them they are like 70, 80. Mugabe died, I don't know how much was that, 90 something. Mandela was 90 something. We've got all these old people all over the world who's just holding on power. And it's not helping young people. It's not helping the world actually. It's just causing chaotic. Right now he wants to go and fight in Greenland, but he called it Iceland anyway, so we don't know. We don't know which one he's talking about. So we need to see and wait and see what exactly he's trying to say. So anyway, that was my thought of the day, and thank you so much for listening to the podcast with Talk. So let's go to the point of the topic of tonight. I think today, because I'm doing a solo, I want to talk about three things. I want to talk about how can we make money as creative people. How can you actually get to the core of to create something that is serve the community as well, and as well that you also make a living on it, because we've got millions and millions of these podcasts around the world. They all some making money in America, of course, but some of us were trying to get by. You know what I mean? We're trying to get there to get support and stuff like that, and maybe to create some programs that they can be useful for the podcast. Because if you're doing a podcast like myself right now by myself, let me tell you something. This is the hardest thing to do because my voice alone is not enough to turn people in. My voice alone is not enough to actually go around the community and make it. You know, because I'm talking, I don't know what community needs. I mean, until I can get people to come to podcast, or also I can also get people to come and talk. I mean, to say it's easy to find things nowadays online. That's what's neat, but it's not the same when you've got 5, 6 voices in the studio or both communities and actually talking about what they know than me just talking about what I found out. That's a different. Finding out and knowing is a complete different thing. So That's where I want to be honest with you. That's where my podcast is struggling right now to come up with the content that can serve the whole world or the whole community or the whole continent. Because yeah, it's that's why one voice is not actually enough. I know, but that's where I'm going back again. If you are creative, got a content creative that the world wants to hear, believe me, you can make it. And this is where I'm working my way to create something that people can actually engage with my podcast. How do I do that? Right here on the mic. Right here, I have to start thinking what for me. I think what people need these days. Well, if you want to be, I want to be honest with you. These days, people they want something that can help them on the well-being, mental health issues. People are overwhelmed. People are overworking. People are overdrawn. People they are struggling. People they have no money. People they can't sleep. People drink too much. People take drugs. People have babies. People got killed. People do. There's a pile and pile and pile of these negative things, right? What about the positive? You know what I mean? Let's think about the positive, right? Because the negative, we can fill up the room. People are going through too much, of course. But what is the positive? I'm asking myself. I'm not asking anyone. To me, the positive is that I have the courage to be here today. I'm talking to you. I think that's very positive thing to wake up in the morning or whatever and say, today I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to talk about anything as long as positive. I'll tell you my positivity is always think positive. I think it's people it sounds easy when I say it now, but to actually maintain that positivity 24 hours is the hardest thing because we're surrounded by negative anyway. As soon as you look around, you get outside the house, something just happened. So the balance is needed. For me, I'm so happy every time if I go to the nature, man. Close to the nature, walking in the forest. That is my best part. Actually, just be somewhere like really, yeah, where you think positive. But it's hard, as I said. As soon as you get on the bus, something's happening. As soon as it doesn't matter where you go nowadays, there's something bad has to happen. Not physically, emotionally, energy training, yes, of course. Me, I work with energy. When I'm on the, it doesn't matter the room or the bus or whatever it is, once I feel the wrong energy, then I know. Imagine, I'll give you, for example, you finish a 12-hour shift, you get on the bus, sit upstairs, and I don't want to call people names, they'll start lighting cigarette, smoking, basically smoking cigarette in the back of the bus on top. They know that the driver is alone. They don't consider other people. Then you got these other people playing music loud, not in the headphones, like on the phone, different languages. They know you don't understand whatever it is. And then that is another negative thing as soon as you get on the bus. And it's just, your journey just spoiled. You get home, you're already very, very, yeah, I don't know how to put it. Like, it's not the anger, it has just been like, you've been pushed to that corner of like, can people learn how to respect other people? Because not everybody like your music, like that loud. Not everybody smokes on the bus, and there's a sign that says no smoking. Drinking, I don't mind much because someone was having a can of beer, get off on the next bus stop without saying anything, shouting to people, that's a good thing. I don't mind that. But smoking and loud music and racism, shouting, calling people names, all that stuff, I can't deal with that kind of people. That is one of the most challenging for me. Like, like in the public spaces, you've got so many people who don't care about other people. And that is, for me, is the biggest challenge for me. Like, that's why I prefer cycling with my bike. If the weather is good, I just go cycling every day. I prefer that one because I can't afford a car now. And secondly, you're buying a car nowadays, it's just like buying another house. So you have to pay like to rent just to drive a car. Cycling is good for me. It's good for environment. So I'm gonna move on to something. Let's stop complaining. Okay, let's go something. Oh, stories. Yes, stories. I love telling stories. But this month, what happened? Let me reflect a bit. Normally, it's about me being like a little bit stupid, right? I like that because we learn as we bump to things, and you know what I mean. And yeah, I don't know. I've got so many things. I'm one of those people. Wherever I go, I have to collect something. Doesn't matter if it's not a story. It's a thought. It's not a thought. It's a picture I'll take. It's not a picture. It's a smell of the nice food, or yeah, something like that. Then I'm like, this is great. It smells so nice. But what is it? You know. So I'm one of those people. I always collect my movements. I'm going. So this month, I'm trying to think about any nice story that came across with me. Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to think. Was I don't want to give people a story that doesn't actually get that content, as I talked about earlier on about getting the community engaged. When you say something, it needs to be something that needs to be developed to make a change, or something that is empowering as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, yes. Now I remember. Last Sunday, I was in my local shop. I think it was last Sunday or last Sunday. Yes, I went to my local shop here in Casamek, in Fanny Hill. So I done my groceries and I finished. And this lady came in. I think she might be like a 60s, 70s. Very nice lady. She wanted to buy a vape filler, the gas of the vape, the cigarette. I don't smoke that one. And she was £1 short. Imagine £1 short. And the people, no one. She's like, okay, let me get outside and see. You can see she's digging on the pairs, like looking for the pound bar. She don't have money. 3 cards she tried, 3 debit cards, they all declined. So as soon as I was walking outside, I asked him, how much do you need? She said £1. I was like, how much the whole thing? She's like, oh, it was £6. She said, I said, okay, it's fine, I'll pay. So I tapped it. I paid. She was like, oh my gosh, she was so pleased. But the guy in the counter, he gave me that look of evil, like, why are you doing this? You know, I don't know call people in different, but it's not from you. Yeah, it's from Pakistan or India. Doesn't matter. We're all humans anyway. Is a work in the shop. He give me that look of like, what are you doing? You should not help this person. I can see. But the lady, she never stopped thanking me. I was like, it's okay. Do you know why I did that? This happened to me 3 times in my life. One day I was in Tesco in Burnside. I was short with money. I was trying to get, yeah, as well. I was short trying to use my voucher and stuff. And this woman, she just walked in and she just tapped my bill from the cashier. She just tapped the card. It was £21 something groceries. She said, no, it's fine. She just left. I'm standing there shocked. How this happened? You know? I'm like, oh my God. Someone just, just done that. Then okay, but I just said thank God, whatever, thank that. Then another time again happened again. Someone just paid for me. Another was not big grocery this time, it was just like snacks and stuff. He said, okay, good, bang. And it keep happens, it keep happening. I'm thinking like, it's not like, that's the thing people don't understand. It's not like, okay, I have to pay back because someone done this for me or whatever. But I think if the whole community in the world can do exactly what the first person done to me and the second person and what I did to the third person, and that lady, she's going to do the same some of someone. It's not always about paying money in. It's not about doing that, but there's so many things you can do in this life to help other people. I learned something like I used to think that, oh, I can't donate because I don't have this amount of money. Or if someone donated £20 and I got like £5, I think, oh, that's too small. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You can donate any money if you want to help someone. You don't know that £2, £1 can do to someone. So for me, that's the story of this month when I was in my local shop and something just came back and said, someone did this to me. Someone helped me before. Why can I do that if I got enough money for that day? It's not like it happens all the time, but it's a one-off, right? So it's good. Even when I go out with friends, sometimes I overgive, maybe do things. But that's me, man. I'm not saying people should. I'm not telling people to do what I do. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about telling my story. That sometimes people do good things to each other, and I'm one of them. And I'm not saying people should be like that, but it's a choice, you know. But my life is from there. I've been helped by a lot of people in my life. So I think that's the story I came to share. That imagine if the world had such very nice people, like the lady helped me many years ago, and the other one, and more I can count and count and count. And it's not about me. It's just be the first person to be nice and kind. And if you can help, please do, because it does make a change to other people. So, yeah, I think that's it, man. I hope this story is going to empower other people as well, because that's what we need in the world. And there's no, those maybe who were offended when I started talking about, as I said, Donald Trump and stuff like that, please don't even take me serious on that one. Because, he's just a bad, evil person. And, my job. But for those who don't know how to do stand-up comedy, I think it does help us to write comedy as well. So politically, I'm not in favor of him. And so if you get me wrong, I just want to correct that. He's not my favorite person in the world. So don't worry about that. And I'm sure lots of people agree with me. He's not a good person. But I still think that the age of leadership in this world nowadays is just getting out of control. I mean, I think we need to give young people opportunities to actually lead the world in a fresh start. And I have nothing against people who are older, but it's just sometimes you need to respect God, give you that chance to rest a bit. Just, just imagine the guy's got so much money, he can't leave people alone. That's evil. He can't leave people alone. He got enough money, but he can't leave people alone. That's evil. That's just like, you know. So I don't know. We're gonna talk about this in the next episode and see how it's gonna go. But in the moment, thank you so much. This is Nico in Sakuma Talk Podcast, and I thought to drop one of these topics today. Let's make money. Let's be creative, and let's create content that bring the communities together. And let's stay in peace as well, and be blessed, and actually be kind. As I was telling a story, man, just do your best in life and be kind. That's all I can say, man. And you can follow us now on Facebook, Instagram, on Spotify, on Apple. It's all Sekulma We Talk Podcast. Or you can go www.sekulmawutalkpodcast.co.uk and share it with your friends. Thank you. Boom. That was good.